Hey everybody, it's Gary Michael Capetta. We're in Philadelphia, and I am with Marshall and Ross VonErich, sons of David?
Kevin.
Kevin VonErich.
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't want to cause any rift between the two of you, but one of you's given name, first name is Kevin.
That's mine. Yeah.
That's yours.
Yes.
And why did you not decide to use Kevin as a wrestling name?
You know, growing up it was confusing because we had two Kevins in the house, so they called me Marshall. It's my middle name. And yeah, it's just more for confusion, and I like my name. I like Marshall, but he's actually David Michael Ross, so he got two of the VonErich.
I got two of my other uncle's names. So.
Yeah.
Got it. And how long have you guys been wrestling?
Since 2012. So we've had 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
All right. Now, when you were growing up, I guess when the first time you saw your dad wrestle, I don't know how old you would have been. 7? But first, did you hang out at the arenas?
Yeah, I remember going to shows. I was born in '88, so I remember going to shows and seeing all that kind of stuff. So I remember a little bit.
Yeah. So when you saw it on TV, it was no big deal.
No, I mean I had nothing to really compare it to because it's all we've ever known. So
Yeah.
We've grown up in locker rooms and stuff.
pretty
so.
much it.
Right. And now the VonErich name is like enormous, huge in Texas. So how does that affect you? Like in school, like did kids come up to you?
Yeah. In school.
Did they know about your?
You know, it goes either way. Sometimes you'll have a teacher that thinks it's cool and they'll be a little nicer to you, and then other times teacher will kind of like maybe be a little harder on you.
Yeah,
so
a lot harder on
it evened out, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was cool,
I thought it was interesting that from what I read, you guys were trained in part by Harley Race.
Yes.
And
yes.
tell me how that came about.
I was fresh out of high school, and we had an opportunity to go to a wrestling camp for Harley Race, and we've always been wrestling fans. But I was throwing discus, he was playing football, and we got that. My dad's face lit up when we asked about it, and so we wanted to see what it was about. And then right when we went in there was some pro wrestling NOAH scouts. They told us we looked like Fritz VonErich, and I told them I was our grandfather, and the rest was history.
Yeah, that's cool. I had one association who was like really brief with your dad. He was, this was back early on when wrestling conventions were kind of like new, a new kind of thing. And he was brought in as a special guest, and he was part of a panel, and it was like hellacious storms. And one of the panel guests didn't make it. So they asked me if I would fill in. So he and I were on the same panel, and VonErich, I mean, that's like VonErich. It's like huge, like it's like huge in the in the sport. Then the other association I had with VonErichs was Kerry.
Yes.
I announced Super Clash 3 up in Chicago, where Kerry was in the main event. Do you guys know the history here? Against Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah, we did hear about that. That was in Philadelphia?
That was in Chicago.
Chicago.
That was Super Clash 3. So
Super Clash 3.
That was actually my only time in meeting. There would be your uncle.
My Uncle Kerry, yeah.
Your Uncle Kerry.
Yeah.
What are your memories about Uncle Kerry?
I knew Uncle Kerry for about 3 months before he passed, but my brother has more memories.
I just remember watching cartoons and stuff, and him being around, him working out during Thanksgiving, stuff like that. Just little stuff. But he was always super nice. Always real funny.
Yeah.
Dad number 2, pretty much.
How could one family be filled with so much wrestling talent? How is this possible?
It's the cards you're dealt. We know we didn't do anything to get to earn the name or anything, and so since from the start, our whole careers, we've just been blessed to be here, blessed to have the name. We see the platform that it gives you in wrestling to rather than a guy just starting out with no name. And so we know that it's a blessing, but one thing that name that comes with that name is putting everything you have into every single match, whether there's 10 people or 3,000, whatever it is. And that's one thing we hold each other accountable to is, did we do our best? And that's how we know we did our job.
Yeah. Now tonight you're in a tournament.
Yes.
And it's possible that you could be facing each other at some point.
We talked about that. Yeah.
What did you talk about?
This is my brother. It's my older brother. So
the way we see it is, as long as one of us makes it, then it's a win for both of us.
It's a win for both of us. And this is my older brother, so he'll always have bigger brother advantages. But I know what annoys him, and so I don't know. I would be curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, because only one of you can win.
Yeah. Now I don't know if my dad's not here, so I can't cry and tell anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna have to handle this like a man.
Like a
but,
man. Oh,
yeah,
maybe for the first time in your career.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Where can folks find you on social media?
You can find us Marshall VonErichs on Instagram or Marshall VonErichs on Twitter. Same thing. Ross VonErichs.
Ross VonErichs.
And you wrestle without the boots, like
I wrestle
like your
without
dad.
the boots. That's right.
And-
Slippers is all I wear.
What are the pros and cons of that? I would think there'd be a lot more cons.
The cons list I left at home. The pros,
Like
yeah.
stomped on, no?
They do. They can.
It's like begging them to stomp on it.
This is no gimmick. I was raised like this. I never wore shoes growing up, and
Really?
yeah, this is.
The bottom of your feet must be like leather.
They're more like hooves.
They're
Wow, yeah.
real. I got hooves, but that's
You
just-
got hooves?
I got hooves.
I love it.
That's my life.
Nice. Well, I like it. I love it. And I thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Gary Michael Capetta, I can't believe it. I'm not with one VonErichs, I'm with two. Everybody join us again. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.